Hey guys, so this is a new video that I'm trying out and it's gonna show me the process of me outdoors watercolor painting. And this is actually my second time using these watercolor paints. I forget the brand, but it's a Japanese brand, and I did a video of a haul of me showing these watercolor paints. But so far I love them, I just don't know exactly how to use them. I'm still learning. I'm definitely a beginner in watercolor, and I find it that it has a lot of different qualities than oil painting, and it is totally different from oil painting and any painting at all, because you're working with a liquid consistency rather than a solid or more not fluent, but more thick base painting. And I wanted to do this video for a while of me painting outdoors, but recently, because it's so hot where I live and probably all around the world, and there is the growth of mosquitoes right now, that I just don't really want to go outside. Because also mosquitoes really, they're attracted to me, and I don't know, something about my blood or like my skin that's like so tasty to them that I just go outside and I get bitten all the time. And also I am allergic to mosquito bites. It's not severely like allergic reaction, but I do get like these really huge red marks on my skin, and they get very itchy. But these bites are not as worse as the bites that I get when I go to Mexico. Those, or I don't know, they're like a different type of breed, and my skin gets a lot worse from those bites. But besides that, I am wearing mosquito repellent now whenever I go outside. So in this video I am wearing it, and if you see me look around, it's because I see a mosquito around me trying to bite me, but I shush it away. But the first part of the video was just me trying to find the angle of what I wanted to paint, and I wanted to paint these beautiful, I don't even know what the plant is called, but these beautiful pink flowers that I always see, and they always bloom when it's spring, summer, and I love them, and I wanted to paint them. And yes, I have to say that I learned a lot from doing this. First of all, if you want to go outside and paint, definitely make sure your camera has full battery, because when I wanted to paint, my battery was very low. So if you ever see me in the video looking back, it's because I'm trying to see if I'm still recording. And unfortunately, this video is a lot shorter because of that. And yeah, just make sure your camera's battery is full, or you have an extra one. I've been meaning to buy another battery, but I feel like I don't need it, but I probably do. And just make sure you're prepared. And I feel like that's like very easy, but you usually forget about things like that. Second thing that I learned while painting outside is, I forgot what was the second thing. Well, it's not necessarily about painting outside, but painting in general with watercolors, is that you see how I have it propped like upright. I learned with painting watercolors that one, you should let some areas dry first. And when I was working with it, sometimes the colors bleed in together, especially the way I have it upright. So it just, gravity did its thing and the water just went down and blended. You'll see it more when I try to paint a bird on the roof. I see many birds in my backyard that come and visit me, and there's a lot of crows, and I forget the name of the bird, but I think it's like mockingbird, and I just love them. I love going outside and hearing them. But yes, what I learned is that watercolor, obviously, it blends in because it's so liquid, it's so fluid with water that it just blends in. So you have to wait for certain sections to dry if you want to work within that area. Another thing that I learned while doing this is that, especially I've read books of famous painters before, like Vincent van Gogh, or recently I learned about this watercolor painter named Wilson Homer, who did a lot of watercolors, very beautiful. And they all did their paintings outside, and it just while I was actually doing it, I'm like, how did they finish their paintings and have everything look like before they finished? It's like time goes fast, and your settings and everything, your colors, it changes so quickly, especially if you take a long time. And I'm just like, wow, I can't believe people actually went outside and painted. And it just goes to show how fast time goes when you're just painting or drawing. And you just really have to capture the most important things or the details first, and then the overall setting. Because after I was almost finished with this painting, I was like, wow, the sun is setting and the colors drastically changed. So you just have to work faster or pace yourself more. And yes, and I just was painting. I also wanted you guys to enjoy the atmosphere and the sounds outside, but they weren't very calming because I live in the city, and so it's very noisy. You hear the cars, the airplanes, my dogs barking, other dogs barking, you hear the neighbors and everything. So I definitely want to do one maybe at a park or somewhere more calmer or more nature scene. But yes, I feel I don't know if people still go outside and paint whatever, because I feel nowadays, because of the internet, people just use reference photos from online, or they go somewhere and they take a photo and they use that photo reference for their painting. And I feel it's completely different when you actually go paint in the real setting. So I think it would be nice to do this more. Let me know if anybody else still does this. I know I see a couple of friends on Instagram who do that. Someone goes to the park and they go and paint the scenery, which is nice. And yeah, I definitely love doing this. I just wanted to keep talking for this video, but I guess I'll leave this for now. So here I am finishing up now, and at this point my camera was dying, and I was only able to get this clip using that camera. But this is the part where I was like, oh gosh, the colors are bleeding into each other because I didn't let it dry enough. And that's when I learned my lesson. I was like, okay, I have to let it dry, or maybe not paint so upright. And this is the final product. I must say that, well, like all artists, barely learning, I feel like this is a pretty decent painting. It's not the best, and it's not something that I truly like, but I think it's always great for artists to show their progress, and on Instagram and other online platforms, you always see their best work, and you never see the works that show their progress or to show that I'm learning this. So, yes, it's not the best. I would critique some areas, and I learned a lot of things while doing this. And I just have to keep practicing and learning more techniques. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.